Hello, traders, and welcome to tradingwithbill.com. I'm Bill. We're in Thailand, and we're going to talk a little bit about Forex. Traders, good to be with you on a Thursday. Week is flying by, and I'm really disappointed this week. I thought we'd get some really good trades in. Yesterday, another really sluggish day. There was pips to be made. I did not get them. After looking today and looking at charts, there was some pips to be made, but it was not easy. It was not easy. And that's trading, right? So we're back at it today. New energy, new strength, and we're ready to go. Couple of changes. I used to talk about indices and what the markets were doing. We're cutting that out. What we're going to talk about is commodities, gold and oil, and that's going to be it because we got to cut the time down in this video. We wanted it 10 minutes, 12 minutes at the most. Yesterday went 17. All right, let's take a look. Gold right now is at $1,325. Cannot get above that $1,333. That's been an issue for a long time. WTI, crude oil, is currently at 61.08. Still above the 60 mark, but it seems like it's inched low a little bit, right? Brent oil is at 65. I'm staying with my theory that this is going back to 70 at some point. I thought it was going to be quicker than it is, and we're going to stay with oil is going to continue to the upside. What is going on data-wise? Data-wise, we had New Zealand had GDP quarter-on-quarter, not a good number. There was a reaction in the charts. We'll take a look at that in just a second. And that's really the big one. Later today, we've got the Swiss has PPI today for the month of February. And the Swiss National Bank interest rate decision, they don't expect any change, staying at negative 0.75%. No big move there. We don't expect anything out of that. The U.S. has IEA monthly report today. The Euro has Spanish 10-year obligation auction. And the European session is very quiet today. Really nothing going on in the European session. U.S. session looks a little bit busier. Export price index, import price index for February. Initial jobless claims comes out today. New York Empire State Manufacturing today. Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing today. Philly Fed employment for March. And ADP non-foreign employment change for Canada today. And that is it. You got a Euro guy speaking. That's not a big deal. Let's just see what we got going for tomorrow. Early business NZ PMI tomorrow out of New Zealand. And that will be 17:30 on Wall Street on a Wednesday night. Okay. So that's what's going on there. Let's get to the charts. We're cutting it down. We'll get to the charts earlier. We're going to get in the charts. I think that's what we need to do. It's more important to do charts, right? I want to get in charts. So here we are back at the charts. New Zealand dollar. These red candles is from that bad data that came out just like 2.5 hours ago. So, what are we going to do here? Well, I'm bearish in the New Zealand dollar. I've been bearish in this pair for a very long time. And I'm saying, well, let's see if we can get this back to the downside. Now, the dollar index is at 89.72 right now. So it really hasn't moved a lot since yesterday. It's basically still in that little 5-6 point range there. So it hasn't really done much. So what are we going to do here? Well, you would want this to give us a really healthy pullback, like to this 73.50 area. You'd like to see that pull back to there and we can take it down to the downside. A lot of junk here, a lot of Forex junk there. So maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you say, well, I don't want to fight that. And I agree with you. Maybe we don't want to fight that. So we could put, we could do one of these, even if we took it from here, right? So we get our trend line to move this way. I don't want to sell it from current price at 73.19, right? We don't want to do that. So what about 73? Well, if you're doing it at 73.10, you're down here, right? The nice thing is we have a nice wide open space here, right? This is a wide open space. So really we want to get in this at 72.95. 72.95, we're going to jump in this and take it to the downside. We have nothing below that. We have nothing below that. Now the issue is what? The issue is the dollar's weak. And listen, the New Zealand is weaker, but the dollar is weak, and this can end up just going sideways. It wouldn't surprise me at all. So we'll just keep an eye on it. We'll just watch it. But I'd rather take that trend line break to the downside than wait for it to get back up to 73.50. But I think there's more of a chance it's going to get up to 73.50 than the trend line break because of the dollar. Right? It's all about the dollar, right? So that's what's going on in New Zealand. I think we got an opportunity here. We'll just really keep a really good eye on that. Let's take a look at the dollar CAD and see how that, it should probably be, I was just going to say it should be sideways, and it is. Yeah, of course, oil has really done nothing this week. It's been pretty lackluster, and it's just hanging out here sideways. Not a lot to do here, my friends. You know, this is what you want to do is just box all this in, right? Box that in, right? Get your ranges, box them in, right? Just rock, right? And then wait for this to get up to the top of your box here, and then just take it to the downside. Now, here's another situation. If you look at it taking it down here, again, we have a nice wide open space here. And I'm real big about no junk left of the chart. So, again, we're basically in the same situation as the New Zealand. Maybe we'll wait for it to get to that 1.2925 area, and we'll take it to the downside from there. I think that's not a bad idea. But right now it's sideways, and we have nothing, absolutely nothing to do here on the dollar CAD. Let's take a look at the, we used to call it the beast. I don't know what they're calling it now, but Great British Pound, JPY. Yeah, nice move to the downside here. You know, the pound is weak, so this looks really nice to me. So take this. There we go. Take that down to there. So we're looking at like a 618 here. Look at that 618 at 148.80, right? 148.70, somewhere in that area. We can take it now. You know I like my 80s, my 20s, my 80s, my 50s, and then of course the whole number 00s. So this looks really nice to me. Again, the question is, we're going to get this pullback. Is the pound going to get some zip in it and move to the upside? The other thing is it's just going to keep falling, and I'm not doing anything. If this continues to the downside, we're just going to leave it alone, right? One thing you don't want to do with the pound yen is you don't want to, you know, one, it needs a lot of room to breathe. Two, you can see these movements, right? Look at this movement. Nice up, right? Nice down. It's a very moving pair. When there's volatility in the market, this pair moves nicely, and it gives you some good pips. On the other side of that, if you haven't traded the beast before, you can get whacked pretty bad. So you got to be pretty much on it, right? It's all, you know, it's all about spatial intelligence, right? What is the chart doing? What are we looking at here? And that's really important in this chart. I think this is all right. I think if we can get up to the 61.8 and take it from there, I think that's a good price. 148.80 is great. I like that idea. I think it's good. The worst that happens is we go up to the 786, and that's even better, right? You go to the 148.95, that area, and sell it from there. I think this is okay. We'll keep an eye on it. I've always liked the pound yen, always. I've taken my lumps in the pound yen. I'll tell you that in the years past. Let's take a look at euro yen. Wow, look at this. Look at this sell-off here. Woo-wee. Boy, you think the euro's weak? You think the euro's a little weak? I mean, we just looked at 2 euro pairs and they're just dumping. So here we go, back in the same situation. Probably go to the 50% fib here. I'd much rather go to the 618. It's going to take me longer to get the trade, but it just looks more realistic, right? Just looks more realistic that let this come back up, right? I'm not doing nothing where it's at, folks. This would have to show me a whole new situation before I'm going to sell it here. We're at massive support. Looks like we're going to have a double bottom here. You know, no, I'm not interested in doing anything to the downside on this euro yen on that one. So let's take a look at we'll take a look at one more here. Let's look at the pound dollar. Sideways, right? Nothing really going on here. The dollar is weak, the pound is weak. Week against week, we're sideways. We would expect that. So there's nothing to do here. You might want to put some levels on here and just see what you got here. We'll do that to there. And right, so you'd want, you know, if this was to be what we'd like to see, so we'd like to see that, right? 39.90, right, and take it to the downside. 39.90, we'll take it to the downside. Just looks like the thing to do. Well, my friends, you know what time it is. It's time for either the beautiful or the ugly. Let's take a look at the dollar index as we do every day. Yeah, and it's sideways. Doesn't surprise me. This doesn't surprise me because it didn't move a lot yesterday, right? We're still in this 5-7 point range from yesterday. It's not doing a lot. It's just mingling here. So it's sideways. We want this to get above 90. We'd like to see this get to 91, right? The dollar's just so weak right now. And we'll see what happens. This is going to take some time, it looks like. I thought this would have happened already, and I was wrong. You know, I just basically saw what I think I see. And, you know, I thought this week we would have been at 91.2, 91.3 by Friday. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen, my friend. Traders, great to be with you on a Thursday. Remember, I do not do a video on Friday, as I have another obligation. Traders, please have a great trading day. Always remember to trade smart, trade safe, be good. Have a great trading day. We'll see you on Monday. Enjoy your weekend break. See you next time, my friends. Bye-bye.